Welcome to a journey into the world of coins where the smallest object in your pocket can carry the biggest surprise of your life. Today we will uncover the story of the Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 2003, a coin that millions of people have held spent and forgotten, but which in rare and exceptional cases has taken the spotlight in the world of numismatics with a value that leaves people speechless. Imagine a single cent with a market potential of $0.74 million. It sounds unbelievable, yet in the world of rare coins, this is the magic that happens when history, rarity and condition combine to elevate something ordinary into a priceless treasure. The 2003 Lincoln cent continues the century-old tradition of honoring Abraham Lincoln on America's most familiar coin. His portrait, created in 1909 by Victor David Brenner, remains one of the longest-running designs in United States coinage history. Lincoln's steady gaze, his thoughtful features and his proud presence on the obverse represent not just a man but the enduring legacy of liberty and leadership. On the reverse we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Within the columns of the memorial, careful observers can spot the tiny seated statue of Lincoln, making this coin one of the few in history to depict the same person on both sides. By 2003 this design had already become iconic, instantly recognizable to every American and a symbol of unity and heritage. The composition of the 2003 cent is copper-plated zinc weighing 2.5 grams. This change had been in effect since 1982, when rising copper prices forced the mint to move away from the earlier bronze alloy. The result was a coin that kept its traditional copper appearance but was now made with a zinc core and a very thin copper coating. This gave the coin a bright red luster when freshly minted, but also made it more fragile. Over time many of these coins develop spot streaks or bubbles due to the interaction of copper and zinc. That means finding a 2003 Lincoln cent in pristine condition with full blazing red luster and no flaws is much harder than one might imagine. The Denver Mint and Philadelphia Mint both produced hundreds of millions of cents in 2003. With such high mintage numbers, you might think the coin is too common to ever be valuable. For the vast majority of examples that is correct. Most 2003 cents are worth only their face value or a few cents to collectors. But the rarest and most exceptional pieces can break through that barrier. The difference lies in two powerful factors: condition and errors. Condition is the first key. Coins that survive in perfect untouched states, often called mint state, are graded on a 70-point scale. For a modern cent like the 2003 issue, the highest grades, such as MS-68 and MS-69, are almost impossibly rare. They represent coins that left the mint without the slightest flaw and remained preserved in perfect storage. Auction results have shown that collectors will pay extraordinary sums for these perfect coins, especially when the population of such high grades is tiny. Errors and varieties are the second key. Minting is a complex process involving enormous pressure, mechanical precision and massive speed. In this environment, mistakes sometimes occur. For the 2003 Lincoln cent, several types of errors are known. Double die varieties, where parts of the design like the date or lettering show doubling, are highly collectible. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment, create dramatic and visually striking coins. Wrong planchet errors, where a cent is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, produce coins with unusual weights and colors. Die breaks, cuds, repunched mint marks and other unusual features also draw strong attention. Each of these errors can multiply the value of a coin many times over. When a 2003 cent combines perfect condition with a spectacular error, it becomes a numismatic superstar. These are the coins that spark bidding wars at auction and set records that shock even veteran collectors. It is in these extraordinary cases that values climb into the hundreds of thousands and beyond, with market discussions placing the most exceptional at levels as high as $0.74 million. To understand why collectors pay such enormous sums, we must consider the passion of numismatics itself. Collectors are not simply buying metal. They are buying history, rarity and beauty. They are acquiring a piece that almost no one else can have. The Lincoln cent series is beloved across generations, from children starting collections to experts building world-class sets. Completing a set with the finest examples of each year is a dream for many collectors. When a coin like the 2003 cent appears in top condition or with a dramatic error, it becomes the missing piece that can define an entire collection. That kind of demand drives values upward and ensures that special examples remain treasures of the hobby. Now let us look more closely at how to identify whether a 2003 Lincoln cent in your possession could be worth more than face value. Begin by examining the overall color. Coins with bright full red luster are the most desirable. If the coin has turned brown or has heavy spotting, its value is limited. Next, check the strike. Lincoln's hair, beard and cheek details should be sharp. On the reverse, look at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and the crispness of the columns. Then inspect the fields, the flat areas of the coin. They should be smooth and free of marks. Even the smallest scratch can lower the grade. After this, use a magnifier to study the lettering, the date and the mint mark. Look for any signs of doubling, notching or irregular shapes that could indicate a variety. Finally, weigh the coin if possible. A significant deviation from the expected 2.5 grams could point to a wrong planchet error. If you suspect you have a coin of exceptional quality or an unusual error, the best step is to have it certified by a professional grading service. These organizations encapsulate the coin in a protective holder and assign it an official grade and variety attribution. Certification gives confidence to both collectors and buyers, ensuring that the coin's qualities are preserved and recognized in the marketplace. Beyond the technical details, the 2003 Lincoln cent also carries with it the spirit of its time. The early years of the 21st century were a period of change in America and the world. Technology was advancing at lightning speed, the internet was reshaping communication, and the nation was facing challenges and opportunities on a global scale. Against this backdrop, the humble penny continued its role in daily life, unchanged in design but rich in symbolism. To hold a 2003 cent today is to hold a snapshot of that era, a reminder of the continuity of American currency and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. This is what makes the story of the 2003 Liberty Lincoln 1 cent so powerful. On one level, it is an ordinary coin that billions of people have handled without notice. On another level, it is a potential treasure that can carry life-changing value. The difference lies in knowledge, attention to detail and a little bit of luck. The coin you thought was worthless could turn out to be the coin that collectors dream of, the coin that headlines an auction, the coin that changes your life. So the next time you come across a penny from 2003, do not dismiss it as just another piece of change. Take a closer look. Shine a light across its surface. Search for perfection. Search for errors. Search for the hidden treasure that might be waiting in plain sight. Because in the world of coins, the smallest discoveries can bring the greatest rewards, and the Liberty Lincoln 1 cent of 2003 has already proven that it can be worth a lot of money. This is the magic of numismatics. This is why collectors search tirelessly, why auctions draw gasps, and why values soar to unimaginable heights. The story of the 2003 Liberty Lincoln cent worth $0.74 million is not just about a number. It is about the wonder that something so small could carry so much meaning, history and possibility.